Aloha everyone, Michelle with blossominnerwellness.com and Stand Together Hawaii. And I first want to just say thank you to everybody who sent in a testimony opposing the central bank digital currency, House Bill 525, or calling the senators. They passed it. And I want to tell you who passed it so that you know. And sorry, I thought I had this open, but let me get this open really fast. And I also want to share what this means for you, for Hawaii, and what we can do about it. It really seems that our legislative body is not listening to the people, and it's important for us to keep trying, because we need to go on record that we opposed. It has to be on record that we don't comply. And that's one thing. It's universal law is free will. So we have to show what it is that we want and what it is that we don't want. So I really thank you guys. We're not done. And this is a lot. It keeps going. But this is what we all signed up for. What each one of us decided to be here at this time in history. We're having a human experience. We're all spirits from the divine, infinite intelligence, source of all things. We're going to return to infinite love and look back at this game and go, wow, what a wild ride. And did I play my part? Did I do what was my kuleana, what was mine to do? Or did I not do it? You know, we're all really busy, and I just want to commend those people who are parents and working to put food on the table for your keiki and pay your mortgage and all of that. You know, I'm a single person, not married, no kids, really just, yeah, so that's why I'm like, let me do this, because if nobody else is going to do it, and this is not something I chose. I guess I did choose it on a spiritual level, but I didn't. I had my business. I'm an online fitness trainer for 22 years, and when this started going down, I realized this is what I'm supposed to do. And there was one person that wrote on my YouTube channel, and they're like, oh, you deleted one of my comments. And I was like, I didn't delete anybody's comments. The only way I would delete somebody's comments if they were rude to me, like really rude. But if somebody doesn't agree with me, I'm gonna keep that comment up. So I don't know what this person was talking about. And then they said something about that they're this big person and they have a lot of pull. And I asked them, then why aren't you doing something? Why is it, you know, a wahine, a haole wahine that needs to stand up for this? You know, this is. I would rather be in the background helping. But yet nobody else is standing up. So I just want to say thank you so much. If you put a testimony in, if you made a phone call, thank you. And yeah, if you want to help, please go to standtogetherhawaii.com, go to the contact page and say, Michelle, I can help. Because there's a lot of things that that are coming down the pipeline, and I want to explain what happened here, what happened with this bill. So the HB 525 relating to the Uniform Commercial Code, which again, the Uniform Commercial Code is a set of laws that govern the technology of what happens with the technology and currency, and how you pay for things online and with your visa and everything like that. There's just certain regulations for that. So what this bill does is it creates electronic records, controllable electronic records. It actually changes the definition of cryptocurrency from money to controllable electronic records. And what it does is it actually puts our money into the hands of these bankers. Now, what you have to understand is the central banking system, the central banks are privately owned. They also own the Federal Reserve. The central banks created a bill and got it passed through legislation in December 26th, I believe, or was it 23rd of 1913 with President Woodrow Wilson. So what that does is, I'm kind of going back and forth, but the Federal Reserve is privately owned. It's privately owned by the banks. It's not part of the government. So you just got to understand that. The central banks, what this is going to do, because what's happening right now is that the dollar is going downward. It is going downward. There are many countries that are no longer using, sorry for the motion, on the camera. I have it on a pillow right now. There are many countries no longer using the dollar. China, Russia, Brazil, India. There's ASEAN nations, which there's 11 of those nations, Kenya, Saudi Arabia, and then the UAE, which is the United Arab Emirates, and there's 7 of those states that are no longer using the dollar. So what we want to understand about the dollar declining is that these central banks want to stay in power. They actually have, they do have a global empire, financial empire around the world. And they are coordinated by the Bank of International Settlements. It's called BIS, Bank of International Settlements. The BIS came under jurisdiction of nation state, not the internal government. Okay, so what I basically want you to understand about this is the Bank of International Settlement is exempt from laws. It's exempt from any laws. The Bank of International Settlement, which coordinates the central banking system, is exempt from laws. It is literally, it could be called sovereign over the entire planet. This organization is putting the CBD, central bank digital currency, in place because they're losing power and they want to protect and enhance their authority. They want to protect and enhance their authority over us. That's what this is all about. So what can we do now? It's getting out of the system, really. It's, I'm just breathing here, just trying to ground for a second. What you can do is start to see how can you start bartering with people, how can you create a community that uses something outside of dollars, outside of currency. I would recommend putting your dollars into silver or gold. And you can also contact me at standtogetherhawaii.com. There's somebody that here on the island that is amazing, that sells silver and gold directly from the mint. And if you want that person's information, you can contact me or look it up for yourself. But what we have to understand is that this may take a couple of years, or it could go fairly quickly. I don't know, but I do know that we have our God-given right of free will, of choice. We do not have to comply with these things. You don't have to comply. This is what I've been trying to tell people for the last 3 years. We are sovereign beings. We are free, a free country, even though it really sometimes doesn't seem that way. But we have the power to not comply, to say no. So if you go into your bank and they want you to sign something or give you a digital currency, you can say no, and you can move your money. Now, the banks, practically all of them, I'm pretty sure it's most of them, or if not all of them, are under central bank digital currency. Even if it's like Hawaii Federal Credit Union or something like that, they're all fingers off of the central banks. So it's really important. I heard there were Puna bucks, which I think is phenomenal. And if you know about Puna bucks, please have somebody contact me, standtogetherhawaii.com, because that's the stuff we need to be doing, stuff like that. Our own bartering, our own, I believe there was an Aloha coin or Aloha money of some sort. I'd love to get these contact information so that we can create our own currency. That would be pretty amazing to do together. But our legislative body doesn't seem to be listening to the people, and I really feel that the democracy, especially here in the state of Hawaii, the nation of Hawaii, with 27 senators and 25 of them being Democrat through the last election. I don't know if I believe all of that, how that went down. So regardless of all of that, it's time to really take a look at how can you be in community with other people. Go to your farmers markets, get to know your farmers, start to build community. And we can do this together, because what's coming down the pipeline, what could be coming down through the pipeline, is a lot of control. This last 3 years was just kind of warming up the pot of the frog in the hot water, right? You warm it up, warm it up, warm it up. All of a sudden he's boiling, and he didn't even realize it. And I said that 3 years ago. So I just send you so much love, so much aloha. If you guys want to help a little bit more, you got extra time. I know we're all really busy and we're all tired. I get it. I'm tired too. Sometimes I'm like, Michelle, just enjoy life. Forget about all this stuff. And then I get something and I can't just ignore it. It's like my heart is pulled toward talking to you guys and standing for what is right. And I get tired too. And so anyway, I just want to send you guys so much love and so much aloha. And don't get discouraged with this. This is, again, a game we're playing, and I'm telling myself this too, a game, a movie that we're in, and each one of us has our part to play. So this is my part on these amazing, beautiful islands of Hawaii. And I just send you guys so much aloha.